What's up, do-it-yourselfers? This is Tom from TriGen Appliance Repair, third generation appliance repair business owner and appliance repair technician. I get tons of calls about ice makers, so I just wanted to do a quick video because they're quite easy to troubleshoot. The first thing you're going to want to make sure if your ice maker has stopped is that your freezer is actually cold enough for it to run. It must be at least 15 degrees for it to run any warmer, and it won't. It is temperature sensitive. And your freezer should be 0 to 5 degrees anyway, so first thing you want to check, how cold is my freezer? Is it working right? Best way to do this is with an infrared temp gun with a little laser. You can get them for like 12 bucks on Amazon. That'll actually give you the product temperature instead of relying on the air temperature, which can change with door openings or defrost cycles. The most common reason for a freezer to not be down to 0, that's going to be because of defrost problems. You have a heater, you have a defrost timer, you have a bimetal or a defrost terminator. These are all things that can malfunction, or even a door being left to open. If you look in the back wall and you see a bunch of shiny frost, I guarantee you behind that panel it's going to look just like these coils in the picture, and no longer are you drawing the freezer air through the coil that's 15 below. You're drawing the air around the ice tumor on the coil, which is 30 degrees. So it's hard to get a freezer down to 0 when you don't have a 0 or negative 15 degree evap coil that you're pulling the air through anymore. This isn't really a video about troubleshooting defrost problems. I have another video on my channel that will be all about defrost problems, but this is the most common reason a freezer could warm up and the ice maker stop working. If your fridge is down to temperature though, the first thing I would check after that is your water supply. You have a set of valves on the back of your fridge. You're going to have a main water line that comes from the back wall. The first thing you should do is make sure the water is turned on that's going to the valves. If that's true, you can get your multimeter out, which multimeters are very accessible. They're not expensive, like $5. And you're just going to put it on ohms and see if there's any continuity on the valve for the ice maker, which would be the red one. Normally there's 2 water valve coils. Each one has a line going to it, the 5/16 line, so the thicker line is going to be the water at the door for drinking. The 1/4 inch line is going to be the ice maker. So you're going to want to take the plug off and test the ice maker coil for continuity. If you don't have a multimeter, you can always take the plug off of the drinking water coil and move it over to the ice maker coil, and then when you ask for water at the door, you should get water pouring down the chute in the freezer into the ice maker. So if you ask for water at the door and then you put your fingers in the ice maker and you can feel that it filled up with water, that means the ice maker valve is working, and it's probably going to be a problem with the ice maker itself. The first thing I would check on the ice maker is where the fingers that push the mold out have come to a stop. If you see in this picture here, you can see that they're right around maybe 2 o'clock on a clock, that position. That's where they should stop if the ice maker is working properly. If they're stopped anywhere else, then you're probably going to want to replace the ice maker. You cannot repair the ice maker. It is very complicated. There's a heater, there's a bunch of gears, there's a motor, and they're not that expensive to replace. You can get a Whirlpool universal ice maker on Amazon for like 30 bucks. And there's literally 3 screws and a plug. When you take the white cap off that's on the side, you can see, if you aren't recognizing the big gear on the side here, that's because it's usually covered by the white cover that goes over it. Again, you can look on that gear to see if there's any chipped teeth missing or any reason it would be jumping a notch or not turning at all. Basically, if your water valve is working though, and your fridge is cold enough and your ice maker isn't producing ice, it's going to need to be replaced. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and ask, and I will be sure to answer them. If you found this video to be of value, I leave my PayPal and Venmo link in the description. Please feel free to leave a donation equal to the value that you found in this video. At the very least, please share it with somebody that may benefit from it. Thanks again for watching. Take care.